Hey there guys, this is warmaster Ben, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to build some Chaos Space Marines. I'm only going to build two people, one with a bolt gun, one with bolt pistol and chainsword, but as you can see I've already built some guys over here, my champion with power model and plasma pistol, and then my heavy weapons guy with a missile launcher. Now the thing is with this new Chaos Space Marine set is that the parts are very specific for the bodies. So you need like specific legs to go with a specific upper torso and whatever. So I'll be using which parts am I going to use? We'll look for 29, 30 and 31. So these parts. So on there. There's 29. Now watch how I'm clipping, it's very close to the body, gives it a relatively clean cut. And you can just come in with a file or a heavy knife or something just to scrape it away, clean up a little more. But I just tend to do this for a slightly cut. Part 30. Yeah, that's 29. Where's 30? There's once again clipping very close. And most of the time you can just pull it out if you clip one of the parts off. And then once again smoothing out any areas, make it easier for attaching. And most of the time just makes it look better anyway. Okay, so I'm going to stick those two parts together now. That should go something like that. So I'm going to get my Citadel plastic glue, put a little bit around here, not too much, else it just pulls and melts everything. But it's like that. And his leg's stuck on. We'll leave that to dry for a second, and then we'll have a look for part 31. Yeah, 31, which is a chest piece. So it's probably going to be cut, so. Okay, so found part 31, it's just this, and once again scraping off a bit to clear it up a little, and then we just glue it onto here, so a bit of glue on the bottom, all the way around the edge, just to make sure you get a strong stick. And what you do is you just put that on, then you set. And then what I usually do afterwards is stick the model onto the base. I usually base this off the position of the head over the base, or where I want the legs to be. But I tend to have the head like just behind the centre of the base, and the legs relatively far back, sort of touching the rim. That usually looks reasonable. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to find some parts for a combat person. If we go with a knife and pistol. So let's have a look for some parts I could use. So you can go with 94, 95 and 96. So top here, 95, 96. So I'll have a look for those parts. 94 is right next to it, and the sprue with the shoulder pads on. And 96 here, I believe. Okay. 96 on the head sprue. Okay, right. So this part we stick on the leg. Once again, tiny bit of glue, not too much, but enough they actually stick on. And since this is a thin glue, I can put a little down here as well. Sort of just nicely running as far as possible and get a strong stick. And once again, going around the edge with the glue, sticking the part on, leaving it to dry for a second. So I'll come back once all these bits have dried. As you can see, these bits have now dried, and I've clipped out most of the other bits in the meantime of building everyone else. So for this guy, he's going to be the combat guy. So he's going to have a chainsaw and a bolt pistol. Now, I've already chosen a chainsaw for him. It kind of comes with a shoulder pad, so it saves one of them. And I'm kind of thinking of having it in a lowered position. So like that. Or I could have it like that. It actually kind of sits there pretty well. So yeah, I'll have it like that instead. Let me get my thin glue from Citadel and just pop that there. Just pop it there. It fits there pretty snug. And leave that to dry for a second. And now for this guy with the bolt gun, it's going to be interesting to see how he fits together, because there's loads of different like bolt gun options and things, and some of the arms are only specific to certain bolt guns, but usually they snap together. For example, yeah, that seems to work. Some glue on the arm at the sort of required angle or needed angle. Now I can decide sort of nowish if I want to have him looking down the gun or looking away with the gun lowered. I feel like I'm going to have him aiming the best. Sticking on the other arm. It looks like it will fit pretty well. Let's bring the arm back a little bit. It seems to fit relatively well. Let's see if we find a different arm. Nope. That looks a bit better. Yeah, that's way better. Right. So I'm gonna go tiny bit of glue there, tiny bit of glue here. It doesn't really matter if you get any glue on the like chest plate bit, since it's going to be covered by the gun anyway. But it's always good to be a little bit more cautious and caring of your models. Now this can be a bit fiddly to do, but once you get it, it looks much better and fits even better. That doesn't seem to be working quite, so I'm going to find a different arm part for that. Yeah, that seems to work. So, because this is the thin glue, I can just put the glue sort of down the gap there, and it will mostly sink in around there as well. Because it's the liquid, it will just sort of sink in a bit. Blowing on it can help a little as well. Yeah. So I'm going to let that bit dry and come back to this guy. Now for this guy, most of the time, the bolt pistol arms are sort of pre-made. So you got that one, this one, or this one. Most of them tend to be extended or really close. There's a few that are in sort of middle edge, but I think I'm going to go for this one. So there is. That's it. In the lower position. Actually, I like this one a bit more. Have that done there. It'll fit much better. But yeah, because I sort of speed chopped these, you need to clean up a little bit more. Always clean up your models just before you, or your pieces just before you put them onto your model, and they get more or less stuck there. And I've really sort of pictured a pose for this guy, as you can see, but it's going to be put to the side for a second. We're going to come back to the bolt gun. So for him, we're going to give him, which head do I want to give him? Oh, let's go with this head, the tiny spike. Stick that in there, jump that in there as well. He looks sort of like he's aiming down the gun, ready to fire at his target. And the next step for that is to find some shoulder pads, and usually the best thing to do is have the clear shoulder pad on their left arm, so there, and the one with the detail on it on the right arm, because then you can put the transfers onto the left arm. It tends to look a little better. For example, up here with this guy, we'll transfer that side, detail that side. I put him to the side again, and come back to him. I know with some of the power packs that you get, you have the option to switch them out with other bits, or have different patterns on them. I'm just going to go with the sort of the slight grill at the top, and then the eye below it. So just going to slide that out like that. I have to put some glue around, and it fits pretty well. Just sits there, sort of like a 1,000 Suns power pack, with the like claws there and the eye on the back. Then what you do with that is you put a tiny bit of glue in there, on the bit just above him. You literally just jam it on there, and it'll just stick in place. We'll let that dry for a second. We'll do this guy's power pack, which is nowhere to be seen apparently. That's right here. Oh. So I'm just going to glue this onto this guy's back. Similar thing, bit of glue all around in there, and stick it on his back, let it dry. And there's bolt gun marine finished. And now with this guy, I still need to give him a head and a shoulder pad, so I'm going to give him yeah, I'm going to give him this shoulder pad with a spike on it. A spike on the skull, like a unicorn sort of. Like that there. I should just sit there for a while and then eventually just stick. For his head, I'm going to be using the the sort of normal champion head from the box, and stick that on, so like so, I believe, yeah. Yeah, the heads really like define what the miniature is doing. So, for example, if he's looking that way, sort of getting ready to slice someone up. Which means I prefer that. Actually, just going to neaten it up a little bit. Because there's just a bit of sprue and mould lines there. I put a tiny bit of glue in the sort of neck area down there. And let's slide his head in. I'll fit in there, like so. And now with this guy, I want to give him an icon. So I'm going to use this sort of star thing. It's like Chaos Star. I'm going to stick it on the back of his power pack, like so. The only thing with this is that it's not got a very large area to stick stuff on, and the chainsword's partially in the way. So I'm just clearing it up a little, give it a much flatter edge, much flatter sticking point. There's a similar thing to this. Yeah, that should fit that pretty well. So, a tiny bit of glue there. And you just want to stick that on. Because I have the chainsaw there, it will just sort of rest. Yeah. That's my two Casso spoons. One with the bolt gun, one with the chainsaw. And now there's obviously many more options, such as missile launcher, or a plasma gun, or a heavy bolter. Well, it's not heavy bolter, this is autocannon. It's been converted into a Reaper chain cannon. Yeah, there's loads of different options you can give you guys. For example, champions can have fists and plasma pistols. Okay, so I hope that video was useful for you guys watching. If you enjoyed it or if it was useful, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps us a lot. Thanks, we're still just starting our channel. Any support is very heavily appreciated. And if you are also a battle report YouTuber, we will consider doing a collaboration video potentially, and join up and do a bat rep or a painting competition or a conversion competition or something. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with another unboxing.